Hello, welcome to my channel, a channel which happens to be mine and not yours. Today's video I'm going to be going over the 1800 and 1500 at the USATF champs. I want to give you a little guide to tell you, some of the interesting things about these races, who's in them, all that good stuff. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and give you all the schedule so you'll actually know how to watch it. Usually the USATF champs you're going to find it on Peacock if you have Peacock, and it's usually going to be on NBC. But the USATF champs are going to be on July 6th to 9th. It's 1500 semifinals. It's going to be 7:05 PT on Thursday, July 6th. That's going to be about 10:05 Eastern and 9:05 Central Daylight Time, and stuff like that. The 800 semis is going to be the next day, July 7th on Friday at 7:44, also at PT. The 1500 final is going to be on Saturday on the 8th at 6:45, and the 800 final is going to be Sunday on the 9th at 6:26. So going into the 800, we're going to go over the main candidates and then some lesser known guys that might sneak on because they're young whippersnappers and our team consistently sucks, so why not let another person get on it. Okay, so Clayton Murphy. This season, he's running 144.75, making him the second fastest American outdoors. But his PR is 142. One of the fastest Americans all time. What was it? It was. I don't even know what he's ranked as an American. He's really fast though, or he was fast. Now he's rolled, as Aaron Brown would call him. He was a bronze medalist at Rio, but that was in 2016. You know how 2016 years it was ago? That was like 2016 ago. Yeah, you heard me right. No, it was like 7 years. Wait. Yeah, nah, bro, that was 7 years, bro. He's done. He's broken 145 twice this season, but he also ran like a 148 or something recently, which is I don't know what's going on there. Indoors, I remember watching him run a 4:10 mile and turning off the TV and just, yeah, I think that was at Melrose or something. It was really shady. He faked 2 giveaways on his YouTube channel. You can't convince me they're real because I didn't win them. He got 4th at Doha and he was 4th at USA's last year. He didn't make the team, bro. He got cut by a college kid and someone else. I don't even remember. Bryce Hoppel. His season record's a 144.55. I consider him the favorite going into this race. He's not my favorite, bro. His PR is a 143.25. He won the New York City Grand Prix recently, which is kind of skyrocketed him into favor for winning this, because before that he was running like 148s, 146s, but he finally got back down to under 145. He's able to go out in 51 and actually survive. So many of these guys can handle going out in 50. Bro, how can you? It's a 51, dog. You're not a college kid. You're not a high schooler anymore, bro. You're a pro. You're a pro. Come on, just run these things, bro. Nike needs to start cutting some of these athletes. He's probably not even signed by Nike, and for good reasons too. Notable things that were out. He ran a 154 at Melrose after getting bumped. The contact looked about like this, and he was like, he just went out of control, bro. He is not consistent. He got 9th at the LA Grand Prix with a 149, and he won USA's last year. Does that count? He didn't. I don't think he made it out of the semis last year. He didn't make the final. Isaiah Harris is my next guy up. He ran 145 as a season record, but his PR is 144. I don't care. He can't go under 145 for the life of himself. I gave myself some good notes, and he got 6th at USA's last year, which means you're rolled. Next up, we got Will Sumner. This guy's a college kid, but his PR and season record's a 144.26. To run that, he negative split it. He went 53-51, which I've never seen someone be able to be that dominant in 800 by negative splitting it before. I think that's just a really impressive feat to be able to like whip out, Now, he goes to Georgia, and so I think he kind of peaked for NCAA about a month ago, so I don't think he's in the shape he wants to be in, because he ran a 146 at NYC, where Hoppel obliterated him. Hoppel won NYC. Oh yeah, I already said that. But yeah, our boy Sumner isn't looking too hot going into this, just because I think he peaked, and I don't think he's going to touch it until next season again. We did. Next up is Isaiah Jewett. I kind of thought he just gave up after the past couple of seasons, but he did, and apparently his season record's a 145. mind-boggling that we have another 145 gone here. Isaiah Jewett, his season record is 145.1. His PR is a 143.8. I think he ran that at Hayward. But yeah, he got third at the LA Grand Prix, made the Olympic team, and he ran a 45.3400 second this season. The thing about this guy is, he's a front runner, so he does not want a slow pace to happen. This guy, I think, kind of strides. I don't think he has much of a kick just based off the fact that he likes front running. Next up, I have Brandon Miller. His season record is a 145.3. His PR is a 144.97. He's a notable mention because he made the World's team last year, but he also got cut from the semis, so that doesn't even count because that's just pathetic. We didn't have a single guy out of the semis, by the way, and Murphy, although being one of the fastest Americans, couldn't make the team last year. But this team is looking specifically weak this year, so I'm not sure. But yeah, Brandon Miller's dating a thing Mo, so hopefully she taught him how to run. Maybe, I don't know, he's running real slow. But Bobby Kersey, their coach, definitely hasn't given them a protein shake or anything recently that would manage to help them run or anything. But my predictions for this race, a thing and Sydney are going to come out of nowhere and kick everyone out in the final 200 because I know these other bozos can't do that. 1500 time. All right, let's go. Okay, so obviously our boy Yared, wait, that's Yared. Yeah, that's Yared. Yared, I think he's taking the win. Yeah, no, his season record in PR is a 329.02. If you think that sounds fast, it is. Okay, 329 is so fast. That's an American record. Disregarding Bernard Lagat, there's a thing going on. If you don't know much about that, just know that I consider Yared Nuguse the top American runner, not Bernard, because basically he switched up. No, you don't even know. Okay. But yeah, what else about him? He got rolled at USA's last year. That was the thing. He got third or second to last. He just didn't have a good season last year, but he's in a lot better shape this year. He's on the on-athletic team, and I think they've done a really good job with him this year. But yeah, he made the Olympic team for Tokyo, and then I think he dropped out due to a hammy or something. I don't know. He didn't do enough back hammies. But yeah, indoors he had a great season. He ran a 3:47 indoors, and then he ran a 7:28 3K, both indoor American records. He's really setting on fire. I think he can medal this year at Budapest, but he's not a front runner. I haven't seen him really front run or be comfortable with front running until about the last 600. But I think we might see that change because USA's, if you are a strength-based running the 1500, the one thing you can't do is sit and kick because every single American is a kicker, and the one thing an American can't do is run fast, except for the last 400. Because in America, basically the 1500 runners are 400 runners that aren't fast enough to run a 400. Except Yared Nuguse. Next up, Cooper Tier. Recently switched to Bowerman Track Club recently. His PR and season records at 332. That was, I think he got fourth at the LA Grand Prix. He's run 350 a couple times indoors and outdoors. That's an NCAA record. But he's really going into different gear right now. I think we're going to see him improve a lot more at USA's than other guys because he switched coaching. And so I feel like it's going to finally catch up to him just because he's had about, a couple months to finally start absorbing the training. And it's been about 6 months-ish. So that's when you're going to really start seeing those benefits because he's been lingering around the same times with 332s and stuff, which isn't much improvement, He's been in 333 fitness for a long time. But hopefully we can see him start taking on another gear. He won USA's last year with an insanely fast close. Just look up the race, you'll see how fast he's closed. Hopefully, yeah, no, I'm just really hoping he gets in shape, and I think he's going to take second. And next up, Cole Hawker, one of the faster Americans we have. His season records right now is 334. If you followed Worlds last year, you'll know he got injured, but he's making a comeback. His PR is a 331, which came from Tokyo. Yeah, that's right. He was the fastest American 2 years ago when he won USA's, and then he went on to Tokyo to get fifth, which is a really good accomplishment at the Olympics. Everyone focuses on that top three, but I think when you take a step back, it's really good. If you can make a top six on at the Olympics, then you're definitely doing something right. It's a really hard field. So next up, This isn't any particular. So that's my prediction for the top three at USA's and what our team's going to look like. But next up, we have Eric Holt. His season's record is a 3:37, but his PR is a 3:35. He got second at the B Heat at the LA Grand Prix, but he won New York, the NYC Grand Prix, and he was fourth at USA's last year. But he outkicked Engels, and that was a pretty good race for him, I think. I think he's in better shape than last year, although he hasn't PR recently. I think he's coming out of the scene, and I feel like if it's a sit and kick race, if one of the guys isn't feeling it, he can sweep in, because I don't think I feel like Nagus is pretty safe if it's front run, but if Tier or Hawker aren't feeling good, I think Song can nip him at the lines. Next up, we have Sintro. Now, Sintro, no need to introduce him. Wait, no, that's the point of this. Oops. Okay, season record's at 3:36. He's coming back off an injury that's been going on a while ago, but his PR's at 3:30. Now, the thing about Sintro is he's one of the fastest Americans out there, like, ever, okay? First American in such a long time to get a gold at, he got gold at Rio, which is just astonishing. He had a crazy kick, and he did that. So, yeah, another guy that can go good off a slow pace, but I don't know, he's not really in shape yet, I don't think. And, I don't know if he has enough time to round back into shape, but we're saying he's been making a lot of good improvements, About a year ago, he was, stuck at, 4:05, and so going down to 3:36 is a big improvement, so we might be able to see something. Now, this isn't a guy that I think is making the team, but he is a high schooler, and so I think it's a cool story to watch. It's Simeon Birnbaum. His season record in PR is 3:37. That's an crazy feat. He got third, only getting outkicked by Manson, Matt Wisner, which is a pretty good field, and Mance barely got him at the line. But, Birnbaum, I've seen him close in about 55 about twice. At Nike Outdoor Nationals, he closed in 55, and then at the 2 mile, I think it was at New Balance, with him and Burns. He ran 8:34 for the second fastest high school 2 mile ever for an American. And he closed in 55 there, which was an insane finish. Next up is Hobbs Kessler. Now, Hobbs Kessler, I think, is a guy that actually he could sneak on the team. It's him or Hawker, I feel like. And I'm saying that because his PR and season record right now is 3:32. You've probably heard of him back in high school when he ran some crazy times. He ran 3:35 or something in high school, which is a crazy time to throw down in high school. He didn't run USA's last year, I don't think, but at New York City, NYC, he closed in 1:45.8, and he did, that's some crazy closing speed, so he might have some room to kick. I haven't really seen him face off against guys, but he outkicked Tier when, for his 3:32, and that's where both of the PRs come from, but I kind of feel like Tier is going to have the nudge, Next up is the mullet, the man, the legend, Craig Ingles. He doesn't have a mullet right now, but his season record's at 3:36, his PR's at 3:33. He ain't making the team, poor guy, but he just doesn't have a mullet, and without having a mullet, he's not making it, bro. The mullet costs him about 1 second. Without that second, he's not making it. Third at LA Grand Prix, he got second to Eric Holt at NYC, but he got kicked by Eric Holt, which is another sign that I don't think he has it this season. Also, his trailer got towed. Yeah. His PR, or Josh Thompson's up next. His PR's at 3:35, but season's record's at 3:51. That's just an ugly number. But he ran a 3:37 indoors to show that he is in some kind of fitness. I put him on here because he made the World's team last year, and he was the only American to be able to actually make the finals. I don't know how he made the finals, to be honest. He snuck his way in, and I think he got dead last, but I feel like it shows something, and he got third at USA's last year, and I thought that was just a relatively impressive feat. That's everyone I have on the 1500 list today. Some names I just wanted to go over. But yeah, if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe, comment if you want to see 5K, 10K, I've already made my list for the 100, 200, and 400. The 100, 200 should be interesting. 400, I like put 3 names down because it looks so boring. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and see y'all in the next one. Thank y'all for watching.